Once upon a time, there was a magical kingdom called the Land of the Sun. This kingdom was famous for its bright sunlight and valleys filled with colorful flowers. The people living in the kingdom led happy and peaceful lives. However, one day, a great change began deep within the kingdom. In one of the villages lived a young boy named Arda. Arda was a brave and adventurous child. One day, while rummaging through an old chest with his father, he found a mysterious map. The map pointed to a place no one knew about, the Lost Kingdom. Arda's eyes sparkled. This could be the beginning of a great adventure for him. Arda decided to embark on this adventure with his best friend, Elif. Elif was a smart and courageous girl. The duo prepared for their journey and set off. Their first stop was the Great Forest, marked on the map. The Great Forest was a mysterious place filled with giant trees. As Arda and Elif ventured deeper into the forest, they encountered strange and interesting creatures. One day, they met an old man who seemed lost in the depths of the forest. The man said he was the guardian of the forest and hadn't seen anyone for a long time. The old man shared the secrets of the forest with the children. Among these secrets was a hidden passage leading to the Lost Kingdom. However, they had to undertake a challenging journey to reach this passage. The children were determined to find the passage using the clues given by the old man. Arda and Elif started searching for the hidden passage with the map given by the old man. In the depths of the forest, they found a cave. This cave was the entrance to the hidden passage. The inside of the cave was dark and eerie, but Arda and Elif pressed on fearlessly. Deep within the cave, they discovered a vast labyrinth filled with magical creatures and traps. Using their intelligence and courage, Arda and Elif overcame these dangers one by one. At the end of the labyrinth, a breathtaking scene awaited them, the gates of the Lost Kingdom. The Lost Kingdom was more beautiful than they had ever imagined. It was a land adorned with bright colors and filled with magical creatures. As Arda and Elif wandered the streets of the kingdom, they tried to understand why its inhabitants had been lost for so long. In the center of the kingdom stood a grand and magnificent palace. Inside the palace, they met the king and queen. The king and queen told the children about the ancient splendor of their kingdom and explained how a dark spell had taken it hostage. To break this spell, they needed brave and pure-hearted children. Arda and Elif decided to take on this mission. The king and queen gave them a magical stone that would break the spell. However, they had to take this stone to the most dangerous part of the kingdom, the dark forest, which was controlled by a powerful and evil sorcerer. Arda and Elif set out towards the dark forest. At the entrance of the forest, they could see the dangers awaiting them. The forest, with its dark and frightening atmosphere, was filled with traps and creatures created by the evil sorcerer. Gathering their courage, the children ventured into the depths of the forest. Using their wits and bravery, they overcame the dangers they encountered along the way. Eventually, they reached the sorcerer's castle. The castle was dark and ominous. Working together, Arda and Elif avoided the sorcerer's traps and used the magical stone to break the spell. The dark forest was freed from the spell and became a bright and lush forest once again. When Arda and Elif returned to the kingdom, they were greeted with great joy. The king and queen honored them by expressing their deep gratitude. After their victory in the dark forest, Arda and Elif became heroes in the Lost Kingdom. Celebrations were held all over the kingdom, and there was a festive atmosphere. The king and queen prepared a grand feast for the children. During this feast, Arda and Elif made many new friends. One of the most notable new friends was Prince Can, the wisest person in the kingdom. Prince Can shared the history and ancient mysteries of the kingdom with Arda and Elif. This knowledge would help the children embark on even greater adventures. One day, while Arda and Elif were browsing through Prince Can's old books, they found another map. This map marked the beginning of a journey leading to the most valuable treasure of the Lost Kingdom, the Golden Heart. The Golden Heart had a magical power that could bring peace and prosperity to the kingdom. The children decided to find this treasure with Prince Can. The trio prepared and set off. During their journey, they faced many challenges, but each time, they overcame these obstacles by working together. The map led them to the peak of the Great Mountain. This mountain was the most dangerous and challenging area of the Lost Kingdom. At the top of the mountain lived a dragon that guarded the Golden Heart. The dragon was one of the oldest and most powerful creatures in the kingdom. Arda, Elif, and Prince Can had to find a way to defeat the dragon. However, instead of fighting, they decided to try talking to it. When they met the dragon, they discovered that it was actually lonely and sad. The dragon had been alone for years, seeking friendship. The children offered the dragon their friendship. The dragon accepted this offer and gave them the Golden Heart. It also promised to help protect the kingdom. Arda, Elif, and Prince Can return to the Lost Kingdom with the Golden Heart. With the power of the Golden Heart, the kingdom flourished even more. The people of the kingdom celebrated the children's bravery and friendship. Peace and happiness reigned in every corner of the kingdom. The king and queen expressed their deep gratitude to Arda and Elif by declaring them honorary knights of the kingdom. Along with Prince Can, they became the most valuable heroes of the Lost Kingdom. After this great adventure, Arda and Elif decided to return home. However, the adventures they experienced in the Lost Kingdom had changed their lives. They were now braver, wiser, and more determined. When they returned to their village, their families and friends greeted them with great enthusiasm. Arda and Elif shared their adventures and inspired the other children in the village. Everyone eagerly awaited their next adventures. As Arda and Elif returned to their normal lives in their village, they prepared for their new roles as guardians of the land of the Sun. Prince Can frequently visited the village, and together they planned new adventures. The dragon from the Lost Kingdom had also become their close friend. In the land of the sun, stories of Arda and Elif spread from mouth to mouth. Their bravery and friendship were admired throughout the kingdom. They were eager for new adventures and discoveries. Thanks Thanks to their courage and friendship, the peace and happiness of the land of the sun would last forever. Would you please like the video and subscribe to my channel?